Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. Real estate assets. Real estate. Now that's very important. Now cash. I talked about cash in my last episode, and remember this week I said I was going to talk about assets. Real estate. And let me be clear, there's several assets I can talk about, but I want to focus just on 3 this week. Real estate. You know, I remember it was an entrepreneur, famous entrepreneur, Damon John, and he was offering something in the area. And I ain't gonna lie, it was at a local hotel. I thought I was going to meet Damon John. He wasn't there. But they had a bunch of people, you know, it was a typical one of those like seminars they have, and they telling people how they can be rich and all of that stuff. But their focus was on real estate. Now, I ain't gonna fault them for that, because they were talking about how you can get real estate and everything. I'm gonna tell you what, real estate is always a powerful asset. Somebody gotta sleep someplace. I don't care where it is. Now, my next real estate venture, what I'm thinking, when I get around to getting in a position to get something, it'll probably be commercial real estate. But that's an asset. The reason why commercial, because businesses, if you got it in the right place, businesses always need it. And even then, what I'm thinking about is maybe an event space. That's because people always need a place for events. So that's what I'm thinking about. But that's when I start that, I'll let you know, because I'll be wanting y'all to put on some stuff there. Y'all had to pay a brother though. But real estate is always important because, yeah, I'm thinking personally about commercial real estate, but people always need a place to live. And that's one thing. I've known quite a few people that I knew at least 2 women that I've dealt with in the past. Well, one, let's just say that was complicated. But whatever the case, who had 4-bedroom, 4-apartment, 4 apartment, like those small apartments that has like 4 units. That's the word I'm looking for, 4-unit apartments. You know, one of those small things. 2 different women and stuff. And then I knew another woman who owned like about 5 properties in the city of Baltimore. And I've known quite a few people who've had properties and everything. Those are assets. Now, will they make you $1 million? Well, you probably had to have a whole lot of them. But you know, even some couple guys I've rented from just back in the day, they had a lot of property. Both of them had a lot of property. You can always make money with that. You can always make money with real estate just because people always need a place to lay their heads. Now, as far as renting everything, you know, it depends on what you want to charge. And one thing, yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, a whole lot of people had some place and they were making money. Only thing I would say, if you do rent it out, you got to be extremely careful who you rent it to. Because even my grandmother, rest her soul, when she owned some property, she went through some trouble with one of her tenants. And eventually, the only thing that got them out the house was a fire. And one of my lady friends, she works with like a firm that one of those offices that deal with people who are trying to prevent themselves from being evicted. So she on the other side of it, but still, I would say if you rent out a home, just be very, very careful who you rent it to. Do your background checks, credit checks, whatever you need to do. Seriously. But it's still a good asset, whether you want it to rent or some people, you know, a big thing is flipping houses. You know, getting a distressed house, and trust me, that's easy to get, fixing it up and then selling it. That's common, but it's still an asset. Like you can fix it up, sell it, make a lot of money, or just rent it out, something like that. But remember, just have a simple thought in your mind. People always need a place to rest their head. That's why a lot of people, when they really want to make money, they get into real estate. In fact, a lot of millionaires have made their money through real estate. Because, okay, like even food, people have to eat, but they can eat different stuff. They can eat different stuff. But people, they need a place to stay, depending on where it is, the location. You might could sell it, make a lot of money, which a lot of people do. It's flipping houses. In fact, you get some people, they looking, like some women looking for a guy who can flip those houses. That's a relationship issue. But you get a lot of guys, they might have started early getting some homes and stuff, flipping them and everything. And usually what they'll do, because you'll get some people, they might get like just some, because I know a guy and he would actually get foreclosed homes, fix it up, sell it, make a lot of money. You know, I know a lot of people in the real estate area. And it's actually a good area if you want to get in. I would say get maybe a mentor or something like that. Do your due diligence. Do your due diligence. And let me just be clear, if you jump into real estate, it ain't something that you're just going to pick up just like that. Because it's a lot to it. But if you get a home, like say you invest in like a 4-unit apartment building, it pays for itself. It pays for itself. And you know, for the most part, you can get good tenants. It pays for itself better. In fact, the 2 young ladies I dealt with who had like 4-unit buildings, they would live in 1 unit and rent out the rest. But then their stuff was totally paid. Their stuff was totally paid for and everything. They had to worry about anything, but that's a good asset. And if you can build up your real estate portfolio, you can make a lot of money there without having to work for anybody. The most you would have to do is just keep up the properties. And like one of the guys I rented from in the past, that's pretty much all he did. And here's another thing too, because the one guy, he had just been like a janitor or something. He wasn't like some millionaire. If you have extra money, and see, that's where savings could come in. If you build up enough savings, if you can build up enough money to get one of these homes, especially a distressed home, and then maybe fix it up, you know, and you can do a lot of stuff yourself in the home. If you can't paint, something wrong. But you don't have a lot to do. A lot of it's just cleaning it up, especially in a distressed area, cleaning up some stuff, maybe hiring somebody to take care of some pipes and all of that. You can do your own painting, or even then have somebody else do it and then sell that thing, boom. And then maybe just get another house or 2. But it's so much to it. I would say if you can find a mentor in that business or really learn, really study so you know what you're doing, you can make some money. You can make some money. And some people, they'll just buy the house. They might just buy a property and it's already in good shape, start renting it out. I would say apartment building, if you're renting out to tenants though, actually I would go with 4 units or 8 unit small apartments like that first, personally. Also too, renting out commercial real estate, that's the area I'm looking into. One thing with that, and you want to have it in a good area. Like a commercial real estate in a bad area where, you know, people really ain't making money or they're very poor, you might be hard pressed to rent it out. But if you can get a space in a very good area, and you know, and for some good businesses like a food business or something that can like keep up with stuff people are always going to use, that's something good. And once again, as I said, if you can find a mentor who's familiar with that, that's even best. But very good assets, no matter what you do, whether it's rental property, 2 people, or commercial rentals, you can make some money. So something to think about, like really study it, really think about what you want to do, okay? So anyway, that's all I have for right now. Y'all know the deal. Let's go make that money.